Why was the jelly crying? You'll have to stay around to the end of the video for the pun to be finished. What's going on, cuties? Today we're going to be going over the top 5 best quest rewards that you can receive from daily quests. So I always like to do a bit of an updated video on daily quest rewards because I always think like daily quests are very dynamic, the market's very dynamic, and you guys usually ask like, what are the big milkers out there? What can I go out and farm and make me a millionaire instantaneously? So I've conglomerated 5 daily quests. You can take a little bit of a hint as to what the first / honorable mention is based on where I am, but don't spoil yourself here. And the biggest thing we're going to be going over is the big rewards. So this isn't necessarily what's the most profitable to do every time, although I will mention that because I think it's kind of good to know, like, is this a decently profitable venture every time, or is it a lottery ticket in that if I win the lottery, I'm rich. If not, then I still have to go work my 9-to-5 construction job. So let us jump on into number 1, which is technically combined with an honorable mention. Now, the honorable mention is the Gold Coast, because I do really love the Minotaur motive. However, I've been suggesting the Gold Coast for so long, I thought, let's do something crazy. We're actually right now in the Thieves Guild Den in Abba's Landing inside of Hughes Bane. Why? Because they have a heist. Now, another really fun fact about heists in ESO is they can actually be done in groups. You can take your friends and do a heist with you. And the other really cool thing is if you complete all of the side objectives, you're actually guaranteed to get a motive in addition to your rewards coffers. And the biggest thing that we're going to be looking for in these rewards coffers is going to be Savara's Scales. Why? Well, Savara's Scales is a very interesting set that comes in both light, medium, and heavy. And if you are lucky enough to get a heavy chest piece, you're easily able to sell this for between 100,000 and 500,000 gold on the ESO Xbox market, which means it's probably even higher on the PC market and about comparable on the PlayStation market. This just really doesn't get a lot of listings on it, and this is also in addition to the fact that you're going to be getting motives for this, and you're going to be getting other rewards as well, which is why I think it's really fun to do. Now, if you've noticed, if you've messed it up, you're also able to abandon the quest halfway through, and then it'll pop you back out to where we're standing right now, and then you're able to retake the quest and then go back in. So if you want to make sure you get all those extra bonuses, if you do mess up and you do want to get that guaranteed motive in addition to a random chance to get a piece of Savara's Scale, all you have to do is abandon the quest, pop back out, and go back in. So those are the options for you for our number 5. At number 4, we are inside of Leowin, which is inside of Blackwood, to talk about the daily quest rewards here. Now, an important side note that I have to get off my chest too is I don't always want to consider furnishing plans as part of the, oh, well, you can roll for this furnishing plan that's worth like 3 million gold, because there are the market for furnishing plans is very skewed because there's not a high listed trade volume for a lot of them. So while some of these plans are worth crazy amounts in Blackwood, it's not as a consistent seller as like Savara's Scales Heavy Chests would be and some of the other items that we're going to be talking about later. And the sets that we're going to be talking about is, you know it, it's Frostbite. Frostbite is definitely one of the most profitable sets to sell right now. I am probably single-handedly crashing the market for it because of how much I'm hyping it up. But overall, the Frostbite set is just a very easy, consistent seller. And the other beautiful thing about Blackwood is that you're able to go and get a bunch of other really nice furnishing plan rewards. While I don't want to skew my data by saying like, oh, well, there's still a couple plans that are worth, 500K to a million, I can guarantee you that there's a lot of good, consistent money, and you're able to get both money through motives as well as through furnishing plans. So able to get those as well, which makes Blackwood just an awesome zone for you guys to farm and pretty easy daily quest for you all to complete. At number 3, we actually have the Undaunted daily quest. Now, this might seem super silly that I'm going to be explaining this to you right now, but the Undaunted daily quests are actually some of the most profitable daily quests that you can complete, and you have a high chance to roll for items that are extremely valuable. Most notably that anytime you purchase any rewards coffer, you are rolling for a mercenary motive, which the chess piece on Xbox and A retails for between 1 and 200,000 gold on a good day. But for those of you who've watched my shoulder and chest farming videos for the Undaunted, you'll know that if you purchase the right rewards coffer when there is a specific armor and weapons pack in the storefront, you are able to actually also roll for those Undaunted shoulders. I have a whole video going over Undaunted shoulders and mass farming, so feel free to check out that video. I think it was excellently well done, and I actually did that video with Paradox ESO, who helped me make that video. It's a great video overall. And I wanted to put that to your attention because I think a lot of people get these keys and they just hold on to them forever. Now, what's an important to note distinction is that there is not currently a shoulder piece that you can roll for. The way you'll be able to tell is one of these 3 vendors will have a shoulder that you can purchase with 50 keys outright. However, anytime you purchase any of the coffers, as long as it's with the same vendor with the 50 keys to buy that shoulder, you are able to roll for it. That includes when the Undaunted Celebration event is going on and they have some of their that are listed for 25 keys. As long as it's got it in the vendor as an option to purchase with keys, you are able to roll for it. But more importantly for this video, you are rolling for that mercenary motive, which is a great reward, as well as the harmony trait, which is also pretty easy cash if you're looking to sell a traded item for just a little bit of cash as well. Before we talk about the second best place to go farm daily quests right now, you should subscribe, because every time I'm working and I scroll and I refresh the subscriber page and it goes up by 1 tick, I do that thing that Charlie does in that one video where he's like, woo, baby! So every time a video is viewed, or I gain a new subscriber, every single time I do it, my coworkers hate it because at about 50 times a day, every view, I'm like, woo, baby! That's what I'm talking about. And they're like, what are you doing? And I'm like, shh, don't worry about it. But number 2, you can probably tell where we are. We are inside of Galen, which is in the new zone. Please don't ask me to pronounce the name of the city. I basically can't pronounce jack shit. I don't know who's in charge of naming schemes inside of the Elder Scrolls Online, but we need to have a conversation. Because what in the world, Vaster and Yethlon? Like, why? Name it like Jacob's Town, or Jake Clip Town. I don't know, something nice like that. But anywho, the reason that I'm suggesting Galen is because it's the brand new zone. It has great rewards. The sets here are selling like hotcakes. There's great motives, great furnishing plans, great everything. I can't even put a price on a lot of these things because if you list it, generally it sells. I was farming purple furnishing plans from the video I made yesterday, and they're all sold. Every single plan I got yesterday in the video and then afterwards farming it is all sold. So it is a great place to go get absolutely ridiculous amounts of gold and items to list up on your guild traders, and I just highly suggest that you guys do it. Or if you're looking for some good plans and things for yourself, I actually really enjoy how a lot of these styles look. Definitely cool to make some very druid-esque furnishings, and it's just overall very cool. I also love the actual styles and stuff from here, as well as the sets as well. I think the set that they have is going to be rivaling some of the best PvE sets in the game. I'll leave that to the experts, but I think it's going to do really, really well, and it's already doing very well in the actual open market. And finally, we have the number 1 most profitable item that you can get from a daily quest reward, and it is worth ludicrous amounts of money. Somewhere between 20 and 30 million gold is the Khajiit Brazier that drops from this daily quest vendor. You're probably very confused as to where I am. Why in the world inside of Blackwood off this unbeaten path that's like not even really close to this way shrine here, why is there a motive that is worth stupid amounts of money here? And that is point simply because it's very rare to get. As you can imagine, majority of you watching this video will have no idea who this individual is, or the individuals who've even come over to this part of the map, you probably have not seen a blue arrow here. So how do you get this daily quest? And you have to actually go to the crown store. Don't worry, you don't have to buy anything. And you're going to have to scroll on over to quest starters, and you're going to have to complete the prologue quest, the demon weapon. So you are going to have to complete that mission, and then from there, you'll be able to end up here and then take daily side quests from here. You're able to do this once per character per day, so you're able to farm this at least once. Overall, though, this motive is absolutely ludicrous, and it's basically become a piece of ESO history. It's almost like a symbol of wealth to have the motive for this, because of this is the only place that you can get it from. According to Reddit, the most reliable place for information. But either way, if you check the sales history, you'll see it's worth crazy amounts of money. When I made a video covering this specific item 10 months ago, it was selling for 14 mil on Xbox, which is crazy because, and I wouldn't condone this, but people who buy and sell ESO gold sell it for about, $25 a million back then. That means that one motive, that one plan, was worth $350. If you were, obviously you can't do that legally without breaking ZeniMax's rules, but I just like to think out loud, like that sold for what could have been illegally black marketed for $350. So just to put all that in perspective to you, or if you converted those golds to crowns, it's just crazy. Oh, craziness. So, but that will wrap up my top 5 list. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I put out a poll today on if you wanted a video or a stream. You guys picked a video, so this was all down to you all. I am going to, you guys put some excellent suggestions in the comments below, so I'm actually going to be making videos on your guys' suggested. So if you have suggestions for future content, please put it in the comments below. And we're still doing our giveaway because we are trying to get more tax deductions so that we can cheat the government together. So at the beginning of every month, which will be December 1st, I pull 2 comments. One's a subscriber comment and one is a normal comment. But if you're subscribed, you're entered into both drawings. So I just, encourage you guys to subscribe and then leave a comment. I may switch it to do maybe a person who's liked a video and then a person who's commented, because I understand that it's difficult to leave a comment because you might be watching on your TV and you're like, oh, I don't want to leave a comment, Jake. But I could like the video or I could subscribe. So I'm still working all that out to try to accommodate what's easiest for you, because it's all great for the algorithm. So I appreciate all you guys who do all the things like subscribe, turn on notifications, buy channel membership, buy my merch, stop by and make me a pecan pie. I'm kidding, by the way. I don't know where that list stops, but just know that I really do appreciate and love y'all, especially when I have crazy work days. I'm always like in a bunch of headassery. It's always nice to respond to your guys' comments and be like, chaos is happening to the left of me, and be like, some guy will be like, what's the #1 place to farm flour on ESO? And I'm like, oh, it's over here. There's explosion occurring to the left. I'm like, so I would first go, to Arteron. There's a little ship nearby. You'll be able to farm lots of flour over there. But I really do appreciate all y'all. I promise I'll stop rambling, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.
You better remember to like and subscribe to Jake Clips. Or you should. I might have to pluck your eyes if you don't. Or, better yet, I'll skip rope with your entrails. Do it now. Subscribe. Ta-ta. Off with you.
Because his parents were in a jam. Woo!